So I'm going to tell you something which I actually don't really like admitting, and that is when I was at my heaviest at 128 kilos, I'd actually look in the mirror and think, you don't look so bad. Because I was so used to being bigger, I was so used to having broader shoulders that I thought I just carried the weight well. And I still had some elements of strength, so I would think to myself, yeah, you're still in decent shape, you're a big bloke. Then the realisation hit. Somebody had taken a side-on photo of me when we were having a barbecue on the beach. I had no t-shirt on, belly hanging out, and I genuinely couldn't believe the person that was looking at me. And I didn't recognise myself, not in like a super dramatic movie style, but just in the kind of quiet, sinking, oh my God, that's what I actually look like kind of way. And then I had this self-realisation that every time I'm looking in the mirror's lying to me. I'm playing tricks to myself to say that I actually look all right. And it's clearly because I just wasn't ready to deal with the truth, that I'd let myself go. And I wasn't in denial about my weight, but I was clearly in denial about how much I had actually let myself go. And this is something I see with almost every person that comes to me. They know they've put on weight, their clothes don't fit anymore, but they haven't fully confronted it. Because if they fully confront it, then they have to admit themselves, they have to probably let something slip, which is important to them. And when you've got quite a few pillars that are already successful, like you've got a good career, nice family, car, house, a good friends group, etc., to actually admit that you've let your health and body slip, it's a really hard thing to see. Unfortunately, all them other pillars got put first instead of their health and fitness, and now their body and the way they look, there's a massive gap between who they see themselves as. And what that means is when they actually see photos, it feels embarrassing and they can't quite understand who they are, why they are, etc. That photo moment, or that moment when you're going upstairs and you're out of breath, or when the kids are running around with you and you have to take a sit down just to get breathing, that's not a moment of weakness. That is the moment when clarity breaks through. If you're in that place right now, you know something needs to change, you keep pushing it off till next month. Just try this. Take a photo, one front on, one side on, no angles, just look at it honestly. And this isn't to punish yourself, this is so that you've got a start point, so you can see where you're actually at. Now write down 3 things that bother you the most. Don't be vague, be straight up. I get out of breath when I go up the stairs. I wish I could play with the kids longer before having to rest. I'm embarrassed to take my shirt off. My belly sticks out when I've got these t-shirts on. Now ask yourself, if I do not do anything for the next 12 months, does this get better or worse? Truthfully, that question usually answers itself. It certainly did for me. And it usually makes that decision to start a lot less like a choice and more like something you can't keep avoiding starting. If you just read through that and something hit a nerve, DM. You don't have to have it all figured out, you just need to be honest with where you're at. That is enough to get started.